Ben?
Kind of a mucked up game, but
Yeah.
you pulled it out there at the end. JJ and Chris made some big plays.
Yeah, the one out of the timeout was just great execution, and to get JJ the three was bonus. That was nice, and what I liked about it was the trust. When you play them, they take their time, they slow the game down, so you knew that was going to be the type of the game. I thought we had a chance though to get the tempo up a couple of times, and we just never could get it up. And once you get in that type of game, you just got to try to win that game. I felt like we won. We were Sugar Ray when we won the first Durant fight. Where he fought his fight. That was a pretty good reference. Thank you. That was very good. That was very good. But we won where Sugar Ray lost. That's how I felt. We played their game and won the game, but that's not how we want to play.
Doc, the team's last 3 games came down to the final, a couple of minutes in the fourth quarter. What was different this time around that allowed you guys to finish?
I actually don't know the answer to that question. We executed better. We made some shots and we got some stops. I did like how we fouled at the end, so we did a lot of little things very well, but we still had our mistakes. I mean, that free throw block out was a mistake. And so those are things, it's good to get in these games, I guess. We just want to win them all.
Doc, now that you've dispatched the Grizzlies, can you kind of give us a preview of what you expect the environment to be like Wednesday in Dallas with DJ's return there?
I haven't given it a lot of thought. I think it's going to be more talk about it than actual. We've played them once, so that'll, I'm sure everybody will be excited. Listen, I just have never figured out what the difference between a boo and a boo. When you're the road team, they boo you, right? So they're going to boo louder, I guess. I've just never figured that out. Like, when you're on the road, they're going to not cheer for you. They're going to boo DJ. If DJ had never considered Dallas, let's say he wasn't in the picture and we played there, they're going to boo DJ. They're going to boo Blake. They're going to boo. So clearly there's going to be more energy from the crowd. Maybe it'll be playoff atmosphere or something like that. But at the end of the day, their job is not to cheer for us anyway. That's how I've always felt. I've played on teams, that Nick team that was, that clean playing team that I played on. We were booed everywhere. I don't think it's that big of a deal. But we don't know how DJ will handle that, and so we'll have to see.
You guys staggered your rotations tonight where I think it was like Chris or Blake or DJ was on the court at all times. Was that a byproduct of Chris's injury, or was that something you wanted to kind of tinker with?
Well, it's something we wanted to tinker with, but it was more his injury with Chris. Well, it was more his eye injury, because we were taking him out anyway, but then he gets in the eye, we have to take him out earlier. Listen, the bench was good tonight. When you look at how they played, I thought this was Josh's best game. Like, he played with energy, and so I thought that was good. With their size, we knew we'd have to sub a little different because we didn't want to stay small too much.
What are the advantages to keeping a starter with that group versus kind of the advantages of going with 5?
Well, it depends on who the starter is, You know what I'm saying? Like, if you have DJ or Blake or CP, obviously you got one of your top 3 players on the floor. There's your advantage.
But why would you go with 5 bench guys?
Because I like the bench too, and so guys have to get rest. You can stagger them if you want, and we do when the playoffs come. Guys, it's game 7, so we like our bench. If you look around the league right now, most teams early on go with 4 and 5 guys at a time. That's just the way I do it. That's the way I like doing it.
Sam?
Doc, with JJ getting 2 looks in the final minute and Chris Moses said being unselfish there, how can that pay dividends later on in similar situations?
Just trust. We still got to get better. That's we still got to improve down the stretch of games. And a lot of it to me is trust on both ends. And the other thing is we just can't get too smart. I think we do that too much. We make up stuff out on the floor, and what happens is it's 2 or 3 guys talking about it. Then the other 2 don't know, and inevitably one of those 2 make the mistake because they didn't know what the other 3 were talking about. And I just think you execute a lot better when everybody's on the same page.
Well, Chris ended up playing 33 minutes. Was he
Yeah.
kind of telling you, I'm feeling fine, I'm feeling good, at least until the eye injury? Was he kind of...
Yeah, I didn't know he played 33. Our math was wrong then because JP told me it was 21 minutes when I put him in with 8 minutes left. So someone, what school did JP go to? I mean, honestly.
USC.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
I'm sitting over here, that's why I can make that too.
Doc, what do you mostly need to work on here? 2 straight losses and then a tight one. What needs to be better for you guys? And then also going into back-to-backers, the mindset on the road here.
Well, we're not going to work on anything. We just got to keep playing. We've played some pretty good teams. You know what I mean? Like, the last 3 games have been pretty good teams. And we have a lot of new guys. It's just going to take time. We could have won them all. We really could have. We've been in all of them, and like I said it the other day, I like where we're trending. I wish we had a couple more days, like playing this stretch of all good teams with no practice with all these guys has been no fun, but you saw it coming. Like when the schedule came out, I saw this stretch coming, and we looked and said we may have one practice with a new group through all these tough games. And it's not the way you would plan the beginning of the season, but it is what it is. Then we have that asinine 4 days off in a row, which nobody wants. Right after that, we play Detroit, and then we have 4 days off, which, but it is the schedule that it is. So we'll use it.
Doc, Blake, again, another 20-point performance. Yeah. Every game this season. What has he meant, especially with all these new faces?
He's been great. I know his play's been great, and I know that's what everybody sees. His attitude and his approach and his leadership has been off the charts. And for me, that's what's going to pay dividends. Right now, his play has been great, and that's awesome. But I think his holding everybody accountable, his leadership, the all season has just been amazing. And Blake has not been a guy that wanted to talk a lot, and he's been just wonderful.
Doc, you fouled up 3, and you almost got burned by it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it next game.
Is that you don't debate?
100%.
That's just 100%.
Yeah.
Why? Why do you go with that? Some coaches don't do it. What is?
I just don't like our league has a lot of players that make threes. I'll take the chance of what happened, and it almost burned us. But I've been burned more by threes than I have by that situation right there. I have always, the argument I have when, I go to a lot of clinics in the summer, and when we talk, it could be 50 coaches. I swear split, like right in half. It's amazing. And so it's just your philosophy. I think if you don't have a good bigs, you probably may lean the other way, but I'm going to do it 100% of the time. And if we don't do it, then we made a mistake. USC, you have 2.
You guys only had 11 transition points tonight. What
Yeah.
prevented you from getting on the break compared to games in the past?
I thought part of it was them. By the way, that was a great question. The group to the other side should learn these questions from you guys. I'm going to tweet that tonight. Part of it was them. Like they slow the game down. They do a great job in transition. Then I thought the other part was us. It's you got to force yourself against them to still push the ball up the floor. But it didn't. We just never got into it. USC, come on. Come on.
Come on, I'm a UCLA guy here. Don't show.
Thank you.
You mentioned the tempo already, but there were 4 replays in this game. How did that affect the pace of play?
That's another great question. I'm tweeting that too tonight. It's funny. I've gone back and forth. I know that the replay system is good. I also know it kills. I don't know. You guys sit out there. It does. It kills the crowd. It kills the game in some ways too. It makes the game longer. And it's, I keep going back and forth. The human element, you've got to live with. We lost the game the other night, and though I was upset, it was a mistake. I just think it happens. And so I'm not sure on that. You want to get it right as long as it benefits you, I guess is the answer. Thank you, everyone. I'll be tweeting later.